Hey everybody, it's Joe Game Junkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. Now, if you're watching this video, that means you're wondering what spoilers for episodes 3 and 4 do I have for you. Well, before we start, we don't know if episode 3 and 4 are going to be made. Like, I hope they do, and if they do, Telltale said they'd be released in some form, which I'll get into later, but if we do get episode 3 and 4, like 1 and 2, then these are some of the things that are going to be in it. So let's get started. So right now, this image popping up is, you can tell it's Clementine, and by the looks of it, it's really well done. Like, I mean, holy shit. I mean, this is obviously there's gonna be a flashback back to season 1, because you can tell by the face how young she is, and plus, not to mention the hat, it still looks brand new. There's no tattoos in it or anything. And plus, like, I mean, holy shit, Telltale's done like a really good job here. Now, that actually brings me to the next image. We actually have one of Lee, so let's take a look at that. And wow, look at Lee. You compare season 1 Lee to this Lee, and it's like, wow, they're not even like the same league. It's just, wow. So as you can see, there's a little writing up in the corner that says Lee flashback, so we will get a Lee flashback, but will most likely be playing as Clementine, like, you know, in season 2 of that flashback. Now, the flashback has to take place after Katja and Duck die, because it's from the image of Clem. You can see how she has the little buns, and Clementine gets those in episode 3. After Katja and Duck die, and when they're on the train, and Charles, or Chuck, whatever you want to call him, the homeless man, says, you need to cut her hair short. This is like, you got to cut her hair short and teach her how to shoot a gun. It's during that scene, so maybe the cutscene will be like before they reach the banner, when they're still on the train. So yeah, because there's you could actually have a flashback during that time, because it showed them at the end of episode 3. It showed them approaching Savannah. Then episode 4, they were at Savannah. So yeah. Okay, now let's move on to the next set of images here. So right here, this is actually Minerva, or Minnie, whatever you want to call her. This is actually one of Ten's sisters, and she was also the girlfriend of Violet. Now, this is actually concept art. This isn't like me drawing or anything, or have any fan drawings from other people. This is actually on the Telltale Games, one of their Twitter sites. I'll leave a link to the description below, because this is where I've been getting all this stuff. But this is actually what one of Ten's sisters looks like. So this is going to be pretty cool, because if they have the concept art here, then maybe hopefully we'll be meeting her in episode 3 or 4, which will be pretty cool. And also I also got some other designs here of what she looks like. And I gotta say, the second and third one are my favorite, because them two are the same. But yeah, it's nice to know, like, to see what their designs were for her originally. Now, that design I previously just showed, it might be what Minerva looks like, maybe not. Maybe she'll look like one of these. I really hope it's the second one, the one with the beanie and that, and how she can put the hoodie up, because that looks pretty cool to me. But that's just my preference. Let me all know which one you like. So yeah, hopefully we'll see her in episode 3 or 4, and like, it'd be pretty interesting, because you know, my first walkthrough of episode 2, I shipped Clem and Violet together. So if we do actually see Minerva, it'd be like pretty interesting to see like how how that could affect Clem and Violet's relationship, and like um and how that also affects um Violet and Minnie's relationship, along with how Minnie could treat Clem. Maybe she would get jealous of her or something like that. So okay, let's there's actually we have some images of Lilly here too, which I'd like to show you. So let's take a look at those. But before we do, there's actually another character I'd like to show you all, called Jill. Now, I don't know much like about Jill, like hardly any of us do, but a few thoughts come to mind. The first is, maybe she could be a whisperer like James, because James says he's out there, he's camp alone, but he never says like he isn't with anyone. He just says he's like at the camp alone. So yeah, he maybe there are other whisperers around in other camps. Second thing is, Marlon mentioned when he said, like, when Clem says to him, "I know what it's like to lose a friend," and he says multiply that by 30. Maybe she was one of the original boarding school members. So yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. Or maybe she's just some random kid um being held at Delta. That's the name of Lily's camp. And we also got some other designs of her too. Sorry, I was just getting a bit tongue tied. So here she is, and it looks like the first image. It reminds me of on the AMC's The Walking Dead, where in season 2 Herschel and Rick, they're not killing the walkers, but they're putting like the ties around their neck and like leading them to the barn. Yeah, so it kind of looks like one of those to me. Honestly, I would in the images here, there's 5 of them. I like 4 and 5. Those are the ones I like the most, and yeah, that's just my opinion. But these are old concept arts, I assume, because of the previous picture. That must be what she looks like in the final cut. Alright, and speaking of Lily before, we actually got some interesting images here of her too. So let's take a look at those. So as you can see here, holy shit, like the original designs for what she looked like. I mean, she had definitely seen some things. I mean, I think maybe like some you can tell some type of animal more though. Maybe it was like a tiger or something. Maybe she ran to Ezekiel's group. Maybe it was his tiger that did that to her. But you know it's a wild animal based on the scratches. So maybe this could still happen. Like because in episode 3, if it's ever gonna be made, Clem's gonna do her best to head to Delta and free the other and free Omar, Asim, and Lewis or Violet, depending on who you didn't save. So yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to see if you could actually cause this to happen to Lily. That'd be pretty cool. Like maybe they have some animals tied up in there. Maybe set them free. I don't know why they have animals, mainly for me, but Anyways, moving on. We got some other designs here of what Lily was originally going to look like as well. So let's take a look at those. Now, as you can see from these concepts art, each one of them is Lily, and to me, they each tell a different story, like what she's been through. Like, to me, number 5 seems like she's been through the more harder times than the rest, but that's just my opinion. And yeah, like let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. Now, before we get into story predictions and that, I want to show you all something interesting. In July, I think it was, or June, PAX East, Telltale was at PAX East, and they showed a gameplay tech demo for The Walking Dead, the final season. Now, we only got to see 42 or 48 seconds of it, but I got the full video here I'd like to show you all. So let me know what you think of the video in the comments below, and we'll continue on after it finishes. yeah, so that was it, and yeah, that's the whole demo. I hope you all enjoyed it. And speaking of James, how we got him up here, we also got some concept art of what he what he was originally going to look like with all the other concept arts like Lilly and Minerva. Let's take a look at that. And here they are, and I gotta say, 2 and 5 seem really out of place to me because of how we see him now. Plus, because 1, 3, and 4 like do look similar. I assume 1 is what he looks like now in the final cut, but 2 and 3 they're okay to me. But I mean, 3 and 4 are okay to me. It's just 2 and 5 that really stand out. They're like too clean cut, you know what I mean? Where the others they look like they've been through some stuff. And also there's some other little artwork of him too. Let's take a look. And here it is. This is the original concept art for James. And I gotta say, the one at the end interests me very much because as you can see, apart from the others, he's more big boned, you know, like a little chubby, which I wouldn't have mind that either because you don't really see that many big characters in the Walking Dead in the Telltale universe, you know what I mean? Alright, now that we've gone through all of that, let me just go over my theories of what I believe will happen in episode 3. So we have Abel captured, and I believe it will play out like Wolf Among Us episode 2, where you had to capture D or the woodsman at the end of episode 1, and in episode 2 you have to interrogate them, and you can play like good cop or bad cop, so that'd be pretty interesting to see. I also believe that at the end, Clementine will be given the choice whether or not to kill him, based off one of the hidden achievements, which I forget the name of it. I'll just take a look for a minute. Hold on. Yeah, so it's called Mercy Did No Harm. So I believe you get, and it's a hidden achievement. I believe you get this if you don't harm Abel when interrogating him, or if you let him live. Also, another one of the achievements I want to talk about is what's it called? Tally counted the days. Now this would be pretty interesting because as you know, Clem and the others, the remaining border school kids, they're gonna be going after Lilly at her camp called Delta. Now, who's to say like they won't get captured and maybe all of them are captured in there and they have to wait a few months and work out a plan in order to escape, or a few weeks, you know, like in season 2 episode 3 where Clem's at Carver's camp and everyone's trying to figure out how to escape. Maybe it's something like that. So yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to see how that would work out. Also, I'd like to see Minerva in this and what role she'll play, because for me it'd be pretty interesting in my playthrough when you go into Delta to get the others and you run into Minerva, and it'd be pretty awkward for Violet since she and Minerva used to be a thing, but in my one now she's with Clem, so it would be like pretty awkward situation. Like maybe Minerva's moved on too, maybe she's with this Jill character, as I showed you in the previous concept arts. Like we don't know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that will play out. Also, I'm really interested to see like how like it's gonna work out, because one of the achievements is what's it called, let nothing slip by. So maybe this has something to do with James. Maybe what do you call it, the walk, you gotta, he's like has everyone else as his camp and you have to like guard it and make sure nothing gets past you towards the camp. Like I'm not sure, because there's also another one that says kept your distance, personal space. That sounds like it might be for Violet or Lilly. I'm not entirely sure. So anyways, yeah, that's basically everything like I gotta say about my theories, and that wasn't really much of a theory video, but I hope you all enjoyed all the other concept art and that. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave a like or hate, whatever you want. And be sure to share this video if you want. This is Total Gamer Junkie signing off.